and Matthew Cheap as the three primary passers. And maybe I guess Marks will get pulled out. Zarkovich, I guess, will be the third primary passer. And there could be communication issues there as Sador is the new kid in the block. And very, very important for those three people to really tell each other who's going to get the seams and who's going to cover for each other.
And that ball is hit.
And who's going to yell in and out. Things like
yeah.
Little things like that. It's the little things that matter.
Exactly. Cheap pops it up out of the back row. Zarkovich, oh, what a save. Throwing up the arm, getting it back over, but then Taylor Averill taking care of things. It's an exciting play back and forth.
Zarkovich coming out of the back row. Should have got the kill, did not. Averill puts it down. Zarkovich with 12 kills now. Averill with his first kill of the year, 2013. He plays every position except libero.
He's got good experience at the setter position, and it's kind of a little bit of a nice luxury if you can throw a 6'7" setter in there, although Max Wexing, the starting setter, goes 6'6", so Hawaii has some height at that position.
Averill's played opposite. He's played on the left, and now he's playing in the middle.
Sador trying to go cross court, and Sador powering it through the block of Peter Russell.
Charlie Wade unafraid to throw these new lineups in. It's pretty interesting how they're all having to adjust. They're doing a pretty good job of it. The key is going to be, will they pass well the entire game?
Brooke Sadori's had a couple of service errors tonight. Super high toss, and that one's into the net.
You know, when you have three like that going in the same place into the middle of the net, you got to wonder about whether or not how much adjustment he's making into hitting it, maybe one long just to adjust, just to compensate.
Hawaii now with only 2 aces and 10 service errors. A nice little roll shot by Zarkovich.
It's that international experience coming out again. Zarkovich just knows when the defense is digging their heels in the back row, and he can pull the trigger on one like that and just hit a little roll shot.
So Taylor Averill now back to serve it up, the transfer out of UC Irvine. Last year, Davis Holt flexing a little muscle, putting up the roof, and Hawaii doubling up on the Nittany Lions 12-6.
Davis Holt, oh, how far he has come. This is a young group Hawaii's got on the floor right now. Only one junior, the rest freshmen and sophomores.
Sador puts it up, setting. Zarkovich off the block, out. Hawaii 13-6, and the Warriors are on a roll.
And Zarkovich knew he had 3 blockers up. That was really obvious where the set was going to go, so Penn State wisely gets 3 blockers over. There's 6 hands up, but Zarkovich has no fear about challenging that block.
And Averill now shifts over to the left side and serves it down the left seam. Cross-court pass, that is out. Aaron Russell trying to bite off a little bit of corner, doesn't get it. And Hawaii now up by 8.
Mark Havlick now is going to go to the bench. He's going to put Scott Kegarise in.
Well, Tom Comfort had played so valiantly, and he's been pretty much the mainstay. Now he's having a seat.
Let's see if Taylor Averill serves him.
Out of the back row, not good contact. Opportunity for Hawaii. And Marks able to penetrate through the block that time.
Set a little bit too far inside, Marks. And when he gets that far inside, he can't just hit it back at the block. Here he's going to go cross court. He goes right into all 4 hands. He'll learn. First time for him to play opposite. He'll learn.
Zarkovich got a good set that time from Wexler and hammers it down. And as Hawaii hits 15, we'll take time out. Warriors looking good, up by 8. Feel like dancing? Now the fans are in a good mood tonight, and why not? It's an Aloha Friday night. The Warriors are looking great in set number 3, up 15-7. Great week in Hawaii, beautiful weather after a blustery week last week. The Sony Open in Hawaii going on. Happy to be with you here on OC Sports. And another big block by Davis Holt, however saved, and what a nice job by the Nittany Lions to keep that one alive. And that time, powered down by Aaron Russell. Hawaii looked like they had that point. And
sure did, and Davis Holt did a great block, and then he overpasses the next play, an easy play. There's the block. Watch him overpass this next one right here. Matt Cheap should have beat Davis Holt to the ball there and passed it so that Davis could be an attacker. But Cheap will get better about taking those balls away and calling off those middle attackers.
Kegris now comes in and delivers the ace serve. You don't want to see this big lead evaporate. Hawaii's still up by 6, 9 serving 15. Sador puts it up. Sarkovic puts it down. So you're right about Sarkovic, 6'4" on the roster, but he plays a lot bigger than that.
He really does. He's putting up unbelievable numbers right now. 16 kills, he's hitting .636. If he had half that, it'd be a monster night. He had 325, it'd be great.
Booming serve, good pass. Out of the back row.
Peter Russell, of the Russell brothers, Aaron and Peter. His father also a great Penn State player back in the day. There's that little cutback shot in the back row, quick.
Aaron had 12 kills, Russell or Peter had 9 last night. Tonight they go 7 and 5 respectively. And Marks just has to kind of push it over the net. And again, good swing by Peter Russell. And that lead is whittled down to 5.
I wouldn't let it go any further than one more point. I think Charlie Wade's got to really not allow this Penn State team that tends to go in streaks. Can't let them, go streaky on him right now in set number 3.
Aaron Russell with a big toss in the serve. Setting it in the middle, Davis Holt.
That's better than taking a timeout, just making your own momentum shift.
Side out Hawaii, Holt back to serve. Taylor Averill in as Matthew Cheap.
That's a tough timing set right there. Holt was way up early in the air a long time waiting for the ball, and Wexon just fired it to him. Nice pace, nice tempo in that set.
And Johan Timmer now, the sophomore out of Auckland, New Zealand. Into the match, serving in an important spot. Just wants to keep that momentum going and maintain that big advantage. Good serve. And a good block. Penn State trying to recover. They cannot. And Wexon, the setter, proves he can be a blocker as well.
He's got pretty good technique, and at 6'6", he doesn't have to work really hard to get over that 8-foot net. Mark Pavlik's seen enough, I guess.
Calls another TO. 18-11 our score. And he'll have a little talking to with his Nittany Lions. And we continue to see the bench on the left side of the court, or our left. They've won every single game in this tournament.
Pretty crazy. There's got to be somebody around that would figure out the odds of that, but I'll tell you, it's got to be astronomical.
Well, Hawaii needs to win this set and then snap that streak by winning on the opposite side and calling it a night. Hey, time to look at the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play of the night, Chris.
There's the back row quick to Brooks Sador, cuts it back across his body into the deep corner. Sador has been a serving specialist so far, turning out to be also a outside hitting specialist as well. He's brought some good energy and life to this team here in the third set.
And talk about the way he put a little English, just kind of hit it with that open hand, and that's an intentional shot to cut it that way.
Exactly. He's trying to put a little cut on it, trying to put it into the what they call area 1 in the deep corner. not many defenders sit in that area. They tend to be closer up to the net or into the middle of the court. So it's a great spot to hit if you can hit it there. It's not easy.
Brooks-Ador still into the match.
And if you haven't watched so far, it's been the Siki Zarkovic story tonight. Wow, 16 kills, only 2 errors and 22 swings.
Hitting .636 on the night. Johan Timmer back to serve it up once again, and that one's going to be out. Fires it long, side out, Penn State.
Timmer's a player who's really got a live arm. Came here last year, highly recruited out of New Zealand, and hurt his ankle and really wasn't quite right all year long. Came in more healthy this year, but hasn't quite earned a starting spot.
Rexon just tries to flip it over the net to no avail. Back comes Penn State, blocked at the net, and that one falls down outside the line. Point Penn State, back within 5 once again. 13 serving 18.
And again, Charlie Wade with the upper hand here. Mark Pavlik, no timeouts. Charlie Wade has 2, so he can really control the momentum swings and streaks by either team.
J.P. Marks trying to handle a serve that goes off the net.
That's tough when it goes off the cable like that. You got to shift in mid-gear.
And so a service ace, point for Penn State, and it's an 18-14, and Hawaii just going to slow things down at least momentarily by calling out the Towel girls. A couple of young.
This is almost like calling a timeout here.
Yeah, it is.
It's a long wipe up here.
But it's legit.
Gives Charlie Wade a chance to save his 2 timeouts. But I'll tell you, if Penn State scores again, I would definitely call a timeout and get this group to, get organized again. Again, he's got Sador out there who's a new face. He's got Taylor Averill in, who's a new face. Not easy to put 2 new people in to that hasn't been playing that much together.
And the 6'9", Matt Seifert to serve it up again. Cheap pops it up. Wexing over the middle to Averill, who gets the kill. So Taylor Averill gets the set right there up the middle. Credit him with the kill.
Averill picks up his 2nd kill. Nice little cutback shot. Good vision there. He saw the blocker directly in front of him. He just cut it back.
Wexing with a good serve. And Hawaii's going to have a pretty good opportunity here. They're going to go to the right side. And look at that. J.P. Marks kind of looking cross court, but then hits it right almost down the seam. Gets the kill. 2014.
And that time I think he saw the block drifting in his cross court, so he took the line. But he's got to be able to hit the line when it needs to be hit and the cross court when it needs to be hit.
And there's Averill, along with Brooks-Ador, the 2 big guys up front, teaming up for the block. And look at the joy of the Warriors.
The 2 newbies bringing some energy. 2 guys who haven't played very much this year.
They did see some action last year, both of them somewhat sparingly, but not newbies to the program. But you're right, so far this year, they're in here with an opportunity to earn a job, perhaps.
Exactly, not starting the set of this magnitude.
And a good swing that time by Penn State's Peter Russell.
Time Taylor Averill committing in the middle and leaving the outside pin blockers by themselves.
Penn State won that 2nd set 25-19. Milwaukee looking to be perhaps on pace to put up a similar number here in set number 3.
Not a good swing that time by Peter Russell. Normally he's very steady for this Penn State team. He goes up and tries to attack the ball up above the net and catches the cable instead.
Brooks-Ador back to serve it up. Kind of get the feeling he's going to put this one in. Confidence. Came in, had a couple of service errors early, and you could just kind of feel it, right? Feeling his groove now. Look at that. Just backing out of the way is Brooks-Ador as that one goes long.
It all started with a pretty good serve by Brooks-Ador. Here the ball goes in the seam as it should. Great hole in the block there for Kegries to find, but he just hit it a little bit long.